Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel and the farm. We are still on day 4. We are almost at 10 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I wish. We are almost at 10 o'clock in the evening. We are running out of time. We still have a good chunk of work to do. It's been a long and tiring day. Last episode was almost 2 hours long all told. I'm very sorry for that. I'm going to be trying to keep these down in time because I know it's difficult to watch quite so much. But we just got so much to do. End of last episode we bought field 9. That's all ready to go. I can't remember what it's growing. Sorghum, I think that is. Yeah. But we have some trees to clear and sadly even more grass to cut. I had hoped we were done with that, but we are not. But while I trim these trees down, I have something new. I've actually been contacted by a couple of viewers who have asked me a couple of questions. Well, one's a question, one's more of a request, I suppose you could say. Firstly, the question, why don't I roll the fields? Which is a fair question. I have spoken about it very briefly. I actually like the idea of rolling the fields. I think it's fantastic. It's a lovely system in its most basic form. Unfortunately, where it fails is that the actual rollers themselves, for me personally, feel like they're skating on ice. When you consider that these are really heavy multi-ton machines that are designed to compact earth, push down stones, you don't expect them to skate around on the top of the surface and fly all over the place when you make a turn. So when you deal with maps and fields that are not perfectly flat and smooth, it can get frustrating. It can get very, very annoying. If they were to fix it, I would absolutely be on board and I would absolutely do my rolling. But they're not going to fix it. Well, certainly not in Farming Sim 22. They might fix it in the next one. I hope they do. The other reason that I don't roll is because the yield is just so small a percentage that it offers that it's just not worth all the hassle. It's just too big a pain for too small a reward. If it actually contributed more to its yield, then again it'd be worth it, but it doesn't, so it's just not worth it for me. If other people like to do the rolling, then yeah, fantastic. The beauty of this game is everybody plays differently. So yeah, if that's for you, then I commend you. Congratulations, I'm glad you like it. It's not for me. I just don't like the way it skates around. It's just not worth the hassle. The next communication request, as it were, is regarding the actual point of this playthrough. The question being, why am I only attempting to do the 10 million debt recovery? She said that they feel that it's too small. Why can't I pick it up? So they actually challenged me to raise it to 100 million. I'm not going to do that. That's just a ridiculous amount of interest payments each day. That would be almost 300,000, I think, and that is insane. But what I have decided to do is an adaptation from it. Instead of a £100 million debt, I'm going to keep the £10 million debt, and I'm going to work through as originally planned and clear it. However, I never actually set an end goal to this series. What point do we get to where we say it's job done? I did briefly consider being at absolute zero or just having anything in the positive, anything in profit basically. But having read that, they gave me a very good idea. So we're going to keep working on clearing the 10 million. But we are now setting ourselves the final goal of £100 million profit. So that number in the top right corner, which currently reads pathetic little 8,535, our aim will be to turn that into 100 million, zero debt. So yeah, thank you to the reviewer who sent me that challenge by email. They didn't want their name released, that's fine. Not everybody wants to have themselves known, I totally respect that. But thank you very much for the idea, and I hope you like my little solution. So, there you go, that's my waffling done. Back to the challenge at hand right now. Tree clearing! Again, I've made a point of saying that I don't like to do too much tree clearing on camera, so to speak, because it's insanely dull. But for today's episode, we've got no choice. We've got this section of trees here, which we're almost done with, thankfully. I need them out of the way so that we can get the swather in here to cut all this down. We've got about 2 hours to get this done. Determined to keep this episode at a sensible time. Gobble gobble. Eat the damn stump. Yeah, the little bit too. Again, a lot of these trees are multi-trees, so yeah, I'm making money from it, which is good, because we need money. 2 hours time, we are going to get hit with a massive bill. I'm terrified to know what today's is going to come out like, because we have leased in some very expensive equipment. So yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to clear this portion of trees, and then we'll get the swather in to collect them. Wow, I wish that'd be brilliant. Tree cutting swather. We will get the swather in to cut the grass, and then we'll get it all collected up and dumped into the fermentation building that we put in the last episode, which is quietly working away as we speak. And hopefully we will get to midnight after that, not before that. We don't want that before. We absolutely want to get this grass before the time ticks over. Will we? I'm not certain. As you can see, the day is ticking along, and this is taking a little bit of time. Doesn't help that guy by chasing after the trees when they explosively disappear. Spring-loaded trees, real pain. And I can't help but notice the spring-loaded ones are always the bigger trees. They're never the small ones. See? Small one just fell away. So yeah, I know I do keep saying this, but it is worth repeating. If you do have any questions and you don't want to post a comment, there is an email address on my page. I think it's in the About section. If you want to throw me a question by email, if it's a question I can answer or a request I can do, then I will absolutely bring it up in the video. And if it is doable by me, you can see it being accomplished. And again, if you want your name mentioned, then that's absolutely brilliant. If I can pronounce it, I will happily mention names, or failing that, I can put the name up on the screen. Just so that you don't have to suffer the butchering of my pronunciation of certain names. Again, if you watch my Euro Truck series, you will notice that I generally don't pronounce a lot of the names of the towns, because I just can't. And I don't want to... I'm not going to get any of those in there, we're almost full. I don't want to insult anybody by not pronouncing the name of any given town correctly. So it's better if I just say nothing and just text it up on the screen. So either way, like I say, if you got questions, then fire them at me. I'm not an expert in Farming Simulator or farming in general, but I'll do my best. If you want to see me using a particular piece of equipment, yeah, I will endeavour to do that. If you'd like me to do some sort of review on particular equipment, if I got it or if I can get it. I don't have a lot of the DLCs, but if I do have them installed, I will happily go excuse me, I will happily go over them. If you've got a mod that you'd like me to review, I will absolutely take a look. I love playing the mods, they're great fun. So yeah, it's not all about what I've already got and what I'm doing. I'm quite happy to experiment with new equipment and consider new ideas. Down through there it is. No, that one. There. Damn. Doing on time, just after 10. 1 or 2 short trees to go, thank God. I'm gonna shunt this guy out of the way. Whoa! Flying tree. Get the swapper in. I won't talk through the whole grass cutting debacle. That's just too much talking, and my throat's already hurting. So, as ever, I'll just get this guy out of the way. We'll jump into the swather. This thing had a trailer attachment. I know it's got some sort of pin back there, but I don't think that'll actually tug anything. The pickup wagon needs power anyway, so yeah, that won't work. But it would have been pretty cool if we could have hooked up a baler or something like that to this one. It would have been a bit of a time saver. Well, when you consider the turning circle of this, perhaps a baler wouldn't have been the best idea. There's no way the baler could make the turning circle that this thing's got. Anyway, that's hopefully it's not too far to go. So we'll just put him in position off the road. We don't want to be starting on the road, then I'll upset the motorists. So as always, I'll put the recording on ×5. I'll throw some music out there for you to listen to while I go round and round and round, and I'll bring you back once we're done cutting and moving on to collection. So I will speak to you soon. Okie dokie, grass complete. Well, cutting anyway. Lot more to do. I think I just turned that off. No, I did. There we go. So yeah, we've cut it all up. We've got an hour and a half to go. I think we might just sneak this one in. So we've got to pick it up. We used the John Deere last time, so this is going to be an interesting one to see how the JCB does this job. It's a better tractor, it's a bigger tractor, so it should do it a lot smoother. Not that the John Deere showed any signs of having an issue with it. Lights would be good. I did find another bump in the field. I think once this field has been harvested, we're going to have to carefully go over it and see if we can weed out all the bumps before the next harvest. It seems to be quite uneven. But anyway, so once again, I will shut up, throw some music on. You can experience this in ×5, and this will pretty much be day complete. We'll see out the time with a bit more tree cutting, but I'll do that in time lapse as well. So that's down the line. So yeah, I'll shut up. Enjoy the music, enjoy the show, and we'll speak again when I've picked up all the grass. there we go. All grass picked up. We brought in 162,320 litres from that one field's headland. That's pretty cool. We will ship this one over to the fermentation plant and drop it off. We are sitting on £60,000 and we've got about an hour to go before it ticks over. So plenty of time to do a little bit more work. Drop that off. Let's see how we're doing. Should be right at the bottom. So we're not making hay because we don't have any straw. We have 163,310 litres of grass, which is now ticking down, and we have 1.3 million litres of chaff. And we have 12,000 litres of silage ready made. By the time we skip through the evening, that is going to be quite large. It might actually be beneficial to leave this tractor here. Yeah. Let's bring the swapper home. He's done his job again. Shouldn't need him now for a few days. Thank God. I don't know about you guys, but I am sick of cutting grass. Pretty much all this day has been involved is cutting grass. And it's just going to get worse when you consider how many fields we've got to work around here. But never mind. We'll get quicker, we'll get better, and I will stretch it out longer. I'm going to try and avoid doing a lot of nighttime work because you can't see anything. It's just silly. It can't be particularly entertaining to watch this. I mean, you guys tell me if it's boring as hell, then I will. I'll look into ways to get the job done without having to record it. That's the swather done. And move this guy. Let's unload him. I don't want to ship it down there with a partial load in it. Might as well just sell it off and then go down there with a completely empty tank. Go. A little bit more. 66,000 now. That's brilliant. I have to say, I still think we're going to go into the minus in an hour's time. I'm really worried about how much we're going to be billed on a daily basis for the time being. Our leasing is quite extensive. We need to start shrinking this down some. I was going to say I missed a piece, but I couldn't pick that up. They let me cut it, but it won't let me pick it up, saying I don't own the land, which is really helpful. So we are heading back down towards, where are we going? What's it called? The oil mill, which will be the site of my olive garden as well. Eventually. A lot of prep work to do before that comes into play. And money, of course. Laying olives and grapes is not cheap by any stretch. It can be very, very expensive. There is a new grape, but it's not as good as the New Holland. That's a bit of a shame. So, more trees. All these trees have got to go. So much work. Obviously we've got all this lovely land here that we are going to have a lot of fun with. That will probably be the extent of my olives. I've laid in the roots that I'm roughly going to lay the vines with. Yeah, they're not even at all, but that doesn't matter. I'm not fussed about that. I might push it around the corner as well, but this, starting next episode, we are going to cut in a field. Custom made, our own design. Given that it's right by the oil factory, I think we might I might put a crop in here that we can load straight into the oil mill, or I was toying with the idea of just using the outskirts for soya, because it's a crop that doesn't have any particular usability when it comes to productions. I don't know why soya milk isn't a thing in this game, but it's not. There may be a mod for it by now, but I'm not aware of it. But yeah, so soya will be something you can harvest and sell directly, so some outright profit, and it won't get in the way of the fields, so we can start breaking up the fields into sections, so individual crops for individual areas and so on and so forth. We may also set up the top section into two pieces, similar to the soya design, but we'll put potato and sugar beet perhaps, or even sugar cane around the outskirts. We've got plenty of room to play with. We're going to be at this for a long time, so yeah. I'm conscious of the time, so what I will do is we will spend the next in-game hour. We're at 22:55 right now, so 10 o'clock in the evening, almost 11 o'clock in the evening. When we get close to the midnight stage, I will bring us up to a halt, and we'll wait for the midnight thing to tick over, and then we can see just how much we're going to get stung on a daily basis, and that'll be pretty much the episode over then. So yeah, like field processing and that, I'll do this in 1:1 time. Obviously you will experience it in ×5 speed with some nice music, so that you don't have to listen to me waffle on, and this will go a lot quicker for you. So we'll speak when we get closer to midnight, so enjoy the show. Okay, that's about as much tree cutting as I can stomach. So let's accelerate the time. Okay, it's nice and close to midnight. There we go. Incoming. Come on, take over. There we go. Whoa, that was a lot. That took a nice big chunk. Go. Right, okay, so 333,000, 22,700 leasing, 1,900 property maintenance, and a small amount of production costs. Well, the leasing wasn't as bad as I thought, so we need to make about 60,000 a day at the minute. It's not too bad, all things considered. Growth. Okay, so we have harvest work to do today. Field 3 is ready to go, so the potato harvester is going to come into play. Field 9 is ready to go, that's fantastic, that's sorghum, so we'll get a combine into play. And our olives are up and working, so this one will come into play. Okay, 163,000, so we will also... Can I get this one? 65? No, can't quite afford that. Well, we'll purchase that header. That's a good start. That's another piece of equipment off our list. Let's check on the animals. First round of pigs have food. Cows are doing okay. Still not producing milk yet. Other pigs desperately need food. We did buy some though. Chickens close to reproduction, and they're okay for food. The sheep are doing fine for food, and they're getting close to reproduction. And the horses are ticking up nicely. They're worth over 1,000 each at the minute, and their food is fine. Production wise, our flour is rolling through. The sawmill has plenty of wood. Everything else is shut down. The carpentry's working fine. That's all got plenty of wood in it. And the fermentation system is ticking over nicely. Okay, so we're in a pretty good position. We've got a bit of prep work to do, but I will do that off camera. We're going to move. What are we going to need? We're going to need a combine for 9 and a potato harvester. We'll move all those up. We're going to want this guy up there as well. We don't need the front attachment, that's of no use to us, but we do need the trailer, because that potato harvester is going to fill up fast. So let's get it into place, and then we'll wrap this episode up. Go. Right, so yeah, that's what we'll call this one. That's what we're talking about here. It's day 4, episode 4. That's the last episode of day 4. We are now technically in day 5. We are beginning afresh. 71,000 in the bank. Still not started the loan yet, but that's fine. We're not going to do that yet. I want all the equipment up and working before we start whittling down that loan. We are getting there. We're getting there quickly. Obviously, we've got a mountain of trees to cut down yet, and plenty more custom work to come as well. So I will say thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully it comes out considerably shorter than the last one. If you did like it, a thumbs up would be hugely appreciated. It helps a lot. And as ever, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. That would be fantastic. Other than that, I will see you all in the next one.